Hey guys, welcome back for another Down Dog update. Today I am back with Rina Jakubowicz for another interview, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about her upcoming trainings and workshops and just one of the many places that she's going to be. If you don't know about Rina, she has three, I think, yoga studios in the Florida area. And she has many yoga videos. She's an author. She's just doing this, that, and everything else. So we're so happy to have you back. Thank you so much, Rina.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I hear one of the really exciting things that is coming up in the future is your training, your teacher training in Mexico.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
Of course. Well, actually, it's a combination of retreat, immersion, and training. So it's set up for the 6 days, 6.5 days. And the first 3 days, we're immersing ourselves entirely into, from morning till night, really going deep into philosophy and practice and asana and then some fun excursions and little adventures that will go on. And then if you're doing training, you're basically the last 3 days, you're spending the day fully with me. Or, of course, with the retreat, you do the half day. But the training is really, I've put it together in a way that, I put together a training that I would have originally wanted. So it's still, the first 6 days is really immersing ourselves. And then there's a mentorship for 2 months and then an internship for 3 months. So by the end of that time, you really feel like, okay, at least feel like I'm ready to at least teach a class. Because I've heard of so many, stories where people do a training and they get certified and they're like, oh, I haven't even taught a yoga class yet. And I'm like, how, what do you mean you haven't taught a yoga class? So mine is really to ensure that you developed mostly as a student. Because to become a great teacher, you have to be a great student, and you basically have to keep wanting to learn. So the training is set up in that way where I give you kind of these oddball activities and exercises to do sometimes that people are like, what does that have to do with yoga? And you'd be surprised how it's all connected. As simple as, I don't want to give away all the secrets, but as simple as, doing the exercise of not wanting anything for 3 hours. And just see what happens when you don't want anything. Yeah. What does your action become without having a desire for yourself or for someone else? And it's really, when you step back and think about it, you'll see that it's kind of, first it's like, wait, I don't understand what you mean. And then you start flowing with it and little surprises come along the way.
Wow.
So those are little things that we do. And then it's a life-changing experience. People who go through it really have a positive outlook afterwards and really it's really kind of like a life manual. When we're born, we're not giving a life manual, right? Yeah. We're just given here, be a kid, figure it out, try to relate to people. And it's really not easy. And what ends up happening is we create all sorts of miscommunication and habits that are not healthy for us.
Right.
So this is kind of like, you're going to school to live a better life, not to make a living, because you could be a great engineer because you know everything about engineering, but then be unhappy and miserable at home with, your family. So that doesn't really help you to be happy. So this is kind of like a manual for that, which includes asana. We break everything down because I love, I'm a scientist and an artist, and I break everything down into pieces and really kind of make sure each person is grasping the concept of what we're talking about.
That's awesome. It sounds like such an out-of-the-box kind of training because there are a lot of options nowadays, but it seems like a really in-depth kind of look and perspective, and as well as the asanas and everything else. That sounds like, plus an amazing location that you get to go to check this whole thing out.
Good point. I'd even say it's in Chicala, Mexico. It's beautiful. I mean, the hotel itself, it's all, the vegan meals are delicious. You don't even miss, if you're not vegan, you won't even miss that you're vegan. Miss all the other stuff. And it's gorgeous. It's on a little corner. There's no other hotels around, and it's really an oasis of beauty. So it's a nice getaway, but at the same time, it's getaway to get in. So.
Right. That's awesome. The really exciting thing coming up that I'm looking forward to attending is the Yoga Journal Conference. Is this your first year attending and teaching at the conference?
In New York, yes.
Okay.
And not before. I taught in 2013. So this is going to be my 4th one.
Okay, awesome. So you're like a seasoned veteran. But that would be wonderful. We're really looking forward to having you up in the Big Apple. And you're teaching 4 classes, right?
Yes, I'm teaching 4 classes. the first class I'm teaching is called Sweet Surprises.
Uh-huh.
And the intention of that class, I kind of started thinking about what happens to each yoga student. And everybody goes, does up dog, down dog, vinyasa. Like, everybody's doing similar things. I mean, we've done a million down dogs, but down dog update's good.
Yeah, thank you.
But I kind of wanted to step out of the box, as you're noticing. That's kind of my thing,
right.
is step out of the box, out of the norm, and see what happens. Get out of your comfort zone, but safely. I don't like anybody to feel afraid at all. Like, it's really safe. Yeah. So we have fun with it, and we kind of learn things very tactile, because everything for me is interactive discussion, interactive activities. It's not just like, go do your thing, come back.
Yeah.
So we really build with that. And so there's fun little surprises along the way. I can't really tell you, because obviously it's sweet surprises.
Yes.
But just know that you will learn so much within those 2 hours about how to approach your practice and your life differently, just from these little things that we tweak.
Right.
So yeah, that's the first class.
Cool. Yeah. So if you haven't signed up yet to do a class at the Yoga Journal Conference, definitely take the moment to do that. I mean, you're even doing a bilingual class there as well, right?
Yes, I'm doing a bilingual class. I've done this is my fourth one that I'll be doing with them, and basically launched it in the 2013 of the first Spanish-speaking yoga teacher at Yoga Journal Conference. And it's a lot of fun, because it kind of turned it a little bit into like Spanglish, like Spanish and English, and have fun with it. And a lot of people come that are learning Spanish, that aren't fluent, but they want to learn more.
Okay.
So I'd never even realized that until people came up to me, like, yeah, I'm learning Spanish. I thought it was so much fun to do it. I was like, okay, great.
Cool, yeah, because that was one of my questions. If I'm not a Spanish speaker, can I still come?
Yeah, of course. You should come, because then you'll learn, a little bit more, and it'll kind of translate, and it'll flow. You'll see that there's all sorts of, people just want to kind of have fun for the experience, and we play some nice music, a little bit of some Latin moves and grooves and beats, because, it's rhythmic and exciting. So.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. I'm definitely going to be there. I hope everyone watching can make it too. That would be really cool. So since also we're in April, thank God, I know many of us up north are so happy that it's spring and we're seeing some warm weather. So just wondering, do you have like a favorite spring yoga pose or like a yoga practice that you like to do in spring?
Well, in the spring, because obviously everything is rejuvenating and it's growing again and springing into place. For me, I really get inspired to do some inversions. Like, I have a lot of fun with some handstands and playing around with the handstands, or some forearm balances, like challenge, just kind of getting myself upside down, because that brings up my energy a lot. So it's always fun to kind of spring myself upside down.
Right. That's a great one. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of that in your classes.
We have a little fun, we do.
Good. So besides the Yoga Journal, you're also doing something at the Himalayan Institute, Omega, just everywhere pretty much. So if people want to find out where else they can check you out, if they can't go to Mexico or New York City, they can go to your website and find out more information?
Yes, there's definitely information there, rinayoga.com, or even my private one, rinajaku.com, because to try to spell my last name will take a while, I know. But yeah, so, I'll be in the Himalayan Institute May 8th through the 10th, and it's Becoming Yoga, and that'll be a great weekend, and it's Mother's Day weekend too, so we can, if you want to bring your mother, you can bring them along or give them as a gift.
Cool.
And yeah, I'll be in Kripalu in June, and also, which is the Spanish-English immersion, the first one that they're doing. They actually told me that they've been dying to find a Spanish speaker who can come and teach that class, and so we'll see what comes from it. But yeah, it's a market that hasn't even been tapped into.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then obviously Omega, but it's in September, so if you want to check that out.
Good, definitely. So we can have Rina all year long.
All year long, every month on the month.
Perfect. Well, it was so wonderful talking to you, Rina. We're really looking forward to coming to one of your classes and checking out everything that you have to offer to the Spanish community, to the yoga community in general. It just sounds like you have great things going on.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It's been an honor to be on Down Dog Update.
Yes, thank you very much. So everyone watching, make sure to subscribe to check out some more great videos, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.